I could totally know all of it. And then when it crossed 5 lakhs, I was like, the problem is, हमारा container ही इतना सा है. If your container is small, that is how much you will receive. But when you pay and when you release massive amounts from your end, from whatever source, what the universe does is increases the container. It was not about selling what was already there. It was anyway stagnating in my lockers. But when I gave that amount away, the universe allowed me to receive a bigger portion.
Welcome, Gauravi. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you for crossing the milestone of 5 lakh. And in the last 6 months, what is your feeling like? Tell us something that...
It's very exciting. It's like, wow, I could totally know all of it. And then when it crossed 5 lakhs, I was like, really, did I reach there? And then then the responsibility, I think, doubles for us, right? Rather than jumping with joy, I am like, aur kya baki, aur kya karna hai? What more can I do? What more there is to learn? Kal hi, when we discussed the idea of giving in the Google form, I got 22 replies today. And I was like 22 one-on-ones lined up for this week, next week. And yes, it's all about learning, implementing, and doing it and taking the action. That's what's working.
Okay, Gauravi, love to know about the first. Let us know when you came here, right? And what was the challenges that you were facing before joining TBM? What are the challenges that you were facing? It was in November, the Black Friday deal. I have sent an email, and I remember you have not attended. I always give your examples. Like, she is one of my premium client, and she never attended any of my workshop, and she signed up directly to the Black Friday offer. So tell us the journey, like what was there going on in that particular time, November 2022, and then what the transformation happened after joining TBM?
Yeah. So that was a phase when I was zero webinar sales, zero show up. I had reached that point where sometimes 2-3 people would come, but nobody was buying. There were weeks where there were dry spells, nothing happening. I was doing webinars after webinars, but no organic reach, no ads, nothing. So it was just, I would put a post on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn and hope people would come. But then that's not how traffic works. And the thing is, I was new to business. So 2022 Jan is when Siddharth Rajshekar happened and the word business ka B started coming out. Just to understand that BUSI, NESS, and then the digital aspect of it took almost 6 months went into simply understanding it. And I kept feeling that I this game I can't play unless I don't have a mentor. I don't have somebody to support me. And SIDS was far out of reach. Maybe I can't be paying 10 lakhs because I didn't have 10 lakhs. I didn't have anything. I was doing a job and getting that limited salary from the job, which was not enough, just barely enough to sustain myself. But I had this dream because SIDS and, Blair Singer's training and all of that had inspired. So inspiration bahut aaya, but focused action was not there. So I realized that this definitely means something. It meant that I needed someone to work with. When I saw your email, so your email came in, okay, where you said, and I had only read emails after emails of yours. Because consistently how Sid sends email, you also send emails. This thing is there, that thing is there. And I was like, Acha, it's hardly some 3,000-4,000 rupees. And let me go for it. So I just replied to the email because I didn't know what I was looking for. Frankly, I didn't know that this is the kind of association we would come to. I just got how you get an intuition, a sound, something from your head says that go to Sagar. And yes, I had met Sagar on one of the Hive calls. Not met, but I saw him talking on one of the Hive calls. And that was a combined Hive call. I think August, September mein hoga ya uske pehle, maybe before that. That's all I had known Sagar. And then that unka group hai, so the group would keep popping up. So I joined the group. हॉल ऑफ फेम इंटरव्यू मैंने देखना शुरू किया था, बट मैंने 5 मिनट बाद बंद कर दिया. आई डोंट नो व्हाई. आई डिडंट सी द एंटायर HOF इंटरव्यू आल्सो ऑफ सागर. And emails also I would not read. I would open, close, open, go to the next email, or just ignore the emails. But I don't know what was there in Sagar's sincerity. I remember in that Hive call, they had asked who has written a dream this. You know that exercise that he gives, your ideal day, perfect day, write your
Perfect
perfect
day.
day,
The
perfect
Franken.
day wala, Franken
Franken.
wala exercise. And Sagar was facilitating that in that Hive call initially. So fast starting mein wo perfect day they were getting everyone to do. And I had said that I have written. And Sagar said, "Oh, Gauravi, you've written. Share it." And abhi meko yaad aaya, that was our first talk we ever had. And that's all. Utna hi interaction tha. I read it out. Everyone said nice and this and that and khatam. Then they went on to the other things on the agenda on the Hive call. And that was the first. But the way I think he spoke, the way his demeanor was, he doesn't come across as a perfect this, but I understood that uh, maybe some impression, some impact he's left on me. Maybe, I don't know. But then when I saw the email, I was at a point where I was like, "Ban kar do kya ye sab business? I mean, दुकान बंद ही होने आया है. मतलब I don't see any way I'm going anywhere unless." And I kept having this from inside. And I had also done, social media marketing and got digital market, paid people a lot of money, but not getting zero results, zero. Nothing was working out. And constantly there was this voice that was saying that I need to follow someone. And it cannot be Sid's because I can't pay Sid's the amount that he's asking right now. It has to be someone else like him. And I don't know. Then the email came in, and then it was just that intuition, that inner voice, go for it. I signed up. And then he sent me a on Messenger because the payment was not going through, the link was not working, and something like that happened. And then I came in. When I came in, they had this whole system of accountability coach. And then I got in touch with Rahath. And then Rahath and Sagar got in touch with me together. And my biggest block was, यहाँ से पैसे के बारे में बात ही नहीं निकलती है. I was pitching. It's not that I was not. I had got some 5 10 low ticket sales, very low ticket. I started with 4,999. Then my self-worth pushed me so down. I lowered my course value to 1,999. And then I had few people buying for 1,999. And then I felt, acha nahi, 1,999 is too low. So I went up to 3,999. That's where I stopped. उधर तक ही रही मैं, उसके आगे गई नहीं. But then when I met the two of them, I realized that lowering my worth is not going to make me anything. And that is the pattern that I have lived. I've suffered depression and anxiety in the past. So giving up comes very easily. My first instinct of anything is give up. Nahi jam raha hai na, chhod do. My first, this is just let go. Unless there is somebody that has my back and they are like, come on, Gauravi, you can do this.
Yes.
And
And something, yeah, like in that particular journey, like just to connect back in that particular point, like you mentioned the accountability coach. Those who are here in the 30 day challenge, guys, now you have a leadership system, like leaders you have with the team, right? Exactly. With that point of time, I used to call it as accountability coach. Now you have a leaders. Same thing that you all are getting is like how he got in the month of November. Okay. So be part of the team, play the team game, and that will help you to spike up your numbers. Yes, Gauravi, over to you.
Yeah. And then I met Sagar and Rahath, and then Rahath being that amazing salesperson that she is. and it's not about, they didn't sell them to me. It didn't require that they sold anything to me. All they did was they listened to my concern. And I was really looking out for someone. I was looking out for someone. बस बोल दे गौरवी, कर लोगी, हो जाएगा तुमसे. You can do this. It's not bad. It's इतना बुरा नहीं है जितना लग रहा है. And that's exactly the need that they filled that void that was there in my business, in my being, the person that I am in this business, helped me bring the confidence back because I had zero confidence. 30,000 pitch करने को बोला मेरे जान में आ रहा है. I was like, I can't do it. They were like, करके तो देखो, हो जाएगा, कुछ तो हो जाएगा. There is, your energy is right. And then when I pitched and I got a client, I was like, oh my God, this works. And I was convinced that there is something in the two of them that works.
So you can talk about like what are the mistake that you did in the previous one-to-one calls. And I remember I mentioned into one-to-one call, जब हम audit कर रहे थे आपका one-to-one call. You can talk about it so that people, those who are going to one-on-one call, they should not repeat that mistake. So what are the mistakes that you are doing? Then what are the things that you rectified in the next call that help you to close one-to-one clients?
Yes. So Sagar ने तो a template हमको दिया हुआ है. So I followed that template. But in there also, I was not listening. So the biggest mistake that I was doing was not listening. And the only coaching that Sagar has given is listen. Remember, first 20-25 minutes, they should be talking, not you. But मेरे तो वो समझ में ही नहीं आ रहा था. मेरे को वो पल्ले ही नहीं पड़ रहा था बात.
Yes.
So
basically, listening was the biggest thing that he was missing. Yes, correct. Okay, amazing.
And when they audited the calls, I was jumping into giving conclusions, and they were like,
yes,
you need to hold yourself back and wait for that right exact moment where you do. Don't pitch. If you don't feel like pitching, don't pitch in that call. Just listen, absorb everything, and then so all of those mistakes I am now completely avoiding.
Now from that, like not able to charge 30, how that transition happened to 1 lakh? What is that shift? Okay, what is that shift that actually bring to this charging 1 lakh and getting cash completely upfront? How this shift happened?
I know the second one was going from 30 to 50. And I was like, Rahath, like, it's not coming out. She's like, how much are you going to undervalue yourself and underplay yourself? And Sagar was like, go for it, pitch it, just say it, let it come out. And I remember the first one, just saying it was liberating. बस मुंह से बाहर निकलना ही ना, was like, I could do it. Of course, she said no, but the next client said yes. And then I was like, yes. It's working. I can pitch and I can say and I can do it. Yes. And then 50 के बाद मैंने 60 भी pitch किया. But then there was something really magical that these two of them said. They said, if you don't charge what you truly are worth, Gauravi, they will not come. Why will they come? They are not going to come to you. And something kept speaking inside my head. And then I was like, बोल के तो देखती हूँ 1 लाख बोलूंगी तो होगा क्या हो जाएगा, ना बोलेगी ना at the most. तो बोला, उसने हाँ बोला, बस वही हुआ और कुछ नहीं. It's the same strategies, as all of our mentors keep saying, you have to keep doing it. अभी ये 22 नाम आए हैं ना, मेरे दिमाग में एक ही है, हर एक के साथ how to better the same game over and over again, regardless of them saying a yes or no. Am I saying yes to me? That is important. When they ask me, how much are you going to charge? Am I saying yes to me? That is important. Them saying no is their problem. I don't make it mine anymore. I don't make it my ego कि मेरे में कुछ कमी है, because that is the biggest difference. In the past, when I pitched, I used to feel मेरे में कमी है. There is something wrong in me. But now with the coaching, I have got the confidence. In fact, Sagar will say 4 lakh bol. Sagar will say, why are you even saying 1.5, 2? मैं अभी तक 1 लाख के आगे मेरा thinking है नहीं है. Those 1.5 मुंह से निकलेगा बाहर. But he is like, say 4. Who's stopping you? And we know that you can give that quality. So
most importantly, not about just saying the money. What is important, are you upgrading your values or not? Are you like upscaling yourself to give that level of value or not? So what is your take on it? Like when you are giving value when it comes to 30,000 rupees, what changed from 30 to 1 lakh rupees? What are the tell us that, like, price to chalo aapne change kiya. What are the changes that you did in terms of adding a value?
Invested in myself and invested in coaching. It's a must. It's a must. Whether it is healing, learning from my healer.
Earlier, I think last year when you joined, you were doing only journaling. Now, what all these things that you are doing?
So the other healing modalities that I am learning, inner child healing, Reiki.
Yeah.
I've started doing that also. So, and journaling मैंने बंद कर दिया था. I have got back to journaling. So I'm doing journaling का webinar and boot camps of inner child healing. I'm doing both now. And for one-on-one, Reiki clients are also coming. So because I have multiple to offer now, I get
Mhm.
that, people. So what I can do is I can combine 2, 3 of them
Mhm.
and then charge higher. Definitely charge higher from there on.
Great. Amazing. I
And
think you are
investing in
upskilling
yourself,
yourself
you have to.
and
There is no option.
yeah, keep investing, keep upskilling. And so basically, like there are a lot of niches out there. Why did you choose healing as your niche?
Because I was suffering. Because I have suffered like anything in my life. The first time when you asked me, what's your story, Gauravi? And I think the whole barrier broke like anything. 1 hour I was crying and talking to Sagar and Rahath. They probably heard, they were listening for 2 hours. That's all they were doing. It was almost 10:30, 11 at night. We started, I don't know when. And the two of them were listening to my entire life story. I will not tell you the whole thing, otherwise, I will not stop. I can go on and on. But losing my parent, losing my father, going through deep depression and grief almost all of my life, finding out, and I kept thinking that this is not the story that I should share with the world. Even though I was sharing, I was holding myself back. Even though I used to tell that, my father's death was a big turnaround and this and that, there were parts of me that I chose to hide because I used to feel I don't know what people will think. But when I was talking to these two, I just let the whole thing out. मैंने जिस तरह से मैंने इन दोनों को मेरी लाइफ स्टोरी फुल्ली एक्सप्रेस की और बताई ना, मैंने आज तक किसी को नहीं बताई है. Not even my husband knows those details that I have told the two of them. So it's grief, it's suffering, depression. I've attempted suicide when I was 26. Uh, Not being ashamed of the vulnerabilities that I have. I still go through my motions. I remember February, I had that suicidal tendency, that whole thing. 1 week, I couldn't do any work. मैं कुछ नहीं कर, because I was just, my mind was completely hijacked. And the two of them were there telling me, Gauravi, we are there to support you. You just be there. We'll pull you out of all this. And I can't tell you how much that means. I can't tell you how much it means. It means the world to me. Someone saying that we are there. It just, I know I had paid them, but it's not about the money. It's about that the thing that will support you and unconditionally. Not that I am their client. I know that tomorrow, if not, I'm not their client, they will still support me. It means a lot. It means a lot. And after February, after that episode, I realized that the shit that goes in my head is my gift. It's not something that I need to be ashamed of. And my healer then came immediately after that. And even meeting my healer, Amrita, happened because of Sagar's inputs. He told, do Instagram live. I started doing Instagram live. This one CR earning healer, I got in touch with her. She said yes to the live. I started following her, did her course, and breakthrough started happening. So I met her because I met Sagar and Rahath. If I wouldn't have been doing this, I wouldn't have reached where I'm reaching. It's because of their guidance and support. And trust me, in February, I would have given up. I would have said, nahi chamta. And they did ask, is it too much of pressure? Are you feeling too much pressure? And I knew it was not to do with business. I knew it was not to do, it was just that, people who suffer just suffer. And we suffer so much in silence. Nobody listens to us. And that's the truth. Even now, I go through those phases and I know it. People who suffer depression know that this low phase is there. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And they just don't do anything. But when you have this supportive community like this, when you have powerful mentors backing you, कोई depression, कोई वो बुरे thoughts आपको नहीं हरा सकते, because you will always emerge stronger than all of it. Always, you will always be stronger than all of this that the mind makes up. And I started observing my mind a little more, and I realized it's just a game that has been playing on, and I need to play it the other way around. I need to just play it the other way around and play it well. दिमाग बोलता है जा, 2 full days, all my mind was telling was jump off the building. I know it's crazy. I know I'm abnormal. A lot of people are like, "Hey, what is she talking about?" But
I remember your messages that time that came in. This is
but
what I'm
but
going through.
that's how it's real for us. It's people who suffer. It's real for us, and it's just that they can't explain. They can't explain what it's delusional. Yes, it is delusional. And people put medicines into us. I have taken medication and all of that. They make us, slow down, and then you slow down. What to do? Because they don't want this activity to go on, because they don't want us to jump off the building. But that is the time I realized that I didn't need to jump off the building. There was absolutely no need to do it, because I could tell my mind, you know what? Shut up. And if you are not going to shut up, I know what I can do. Jitna healing सीखा था सब पूरा वापस पूरा रात भर I did Ho'oponopono. I did whatever that I had learned from MV Priyank. I did all of it, all of it. I held my kids and I told them, just hold my hands and sit. My poor girls were sitting. My husband was not in town. They were holding me and I was crying the whole day. And I kept telling them, you know what, Mama is going through this horrible phase. I don't want you to see it, but I can't help it. I don't know what to do. And they were like, Mama, it's okay. We know you go through these phases. We understand it. I don't know how they understand it, but it was gone. And then when it was gone, it was gone. But these two people were there. I can't tell you, नहीं होता है एक्सप्रेस करने को ऐसे में हर टाइम नहीं बता सकती आप लोगों को ये चीजें क्योंकि हमसे नहीं होता वो हर हर तरीके से एक्सप्रेस समटाइम्स आई चूज नॉट टू से एनीथिंग टू एनीवन मैं तो अपने उसमें बूट कैंप में भी पूरा स्टोरी बोलती नहीं हूँ नहीं अंदर से आता है नहीं बोलती हूँ मूड नहीं होता है नहीं आता है बाहर लेकिन जब जब आता है तब at least now, if you ask me, do I care what each and everyone is judging me or I just don't care. I don't care what you think about me, how you judge me, what you feel about me. All I know is having this support, having the two of them means, and for life, till I am alive, I'm going to be with Sagar and Rahath. I'm so clear about it. I'm so clear. If they ask me 20 lakhs, I will earn. I will work my ass out, earn and give them the money and get the money so that I can pay my coaches. And that is the kind of relationship that they have created. And these relationships, and Sagar kept saying, Gauravi, it's connection. It is connection with people that matters. वो business आगे लेके जाता है. ये मेरा ये प्रोडक्ट है ये अब पिच करना है ये करना 3,000 बोल दो उनको क्या है but make the connection build connection with people and the way Sagar said that's the exact kind of healer I attracted in my life and all I do now is build connection no matter how I feel what I feel today one of the participants says you know how much I have been abused and she wrote the whole account of it and लोगों के लाइफ में क्या क्या नहीं होता है and who is there to listen to them and do the work if I keep focusing that yes I'm depressed I'm suicidal tendency कुछ नहीं होने का है मेरा but I know when I'm doing business I'm not focused on me I'm focused on what they are going through and even if when I share it is completely now with the focus what is it the lesson that they will get out of it it's not about me it's not about making business about me anymore I am only a channel I'm only a medium we are only here to serve the best that the God intends, the universe intends for us. तो जितना होगा उतना करेंगे जितना जमेगा करते जाएंगे और ये है ना मुझे शर्म आएगी कल मुझे पता है कल 2 लाख बोलने पे भी मेरे गले से निकलेगा नहीं ये दोनों निकलवाएंगे मेरे मुंह से बोलो गौरवी बोलो जाओ बोलो
yes next challenge is 4 lakh not just okay awesome like
ये तो ये सुनता ही
it is
नहीं है
really
4 के नीचे ही
inspiring
नहीं आ रहा है
inspiring journey and जब मैंने सुना था उस रात को like before we started our one-to-one coaching those who don't know like this one project like where I onboarded Rahath because like जो like I'm very मैं बहुत क्या मैं बस शर्माता हूँ बहुत right I that's why like कि तो बात करे हुए मुझे शर्म आता है कि किसी के साथ स्पेसिफिकली लड़कियों के साथ एंड आई डोंट टॉक मच अगर कोई फीमेल क्लाइंट हो ये भी हो जो भी हो व्हाटएवर इट इज आई डोंट प्ले तो इसके लिए मैंने क्या किया कि ओके राहत यू टेक केयर ऑफ ऑल दिस थिंग एंड बिकॉज you can like Gauravi can share all this personal stuff to Rahath only right that maybe it is difficult for you to share with me and she was your accountability coach so I'm like okay to even continue this one-to-one coaching also I think Rahath can really get help So, Gaurav, what do you think? Like, there was a time I heard recently, few months, maybe 1 or 2 months back, we were in the FBR, I think, FBR
Hmm.
कहीं पे तो थे यार, GTT में थे, and she had some
FBR.
message inside the group, and something was challenges that you were with. So, what kind of thing that actually, I think that Rahat helped you in that particular emotional connect, because you have having that one-on-one whenever you like want, like you get Rahat personal message and one-on-one support. What kind of thing that actually Rahat helped you to move forward? What are the breakthrough? I think the recent one you can talk about.
So Rahat has always, it's not like, it's just few times where we had this. Otherwise, it's always with Sagar. So I think she's someone of very high integrity. She's very clear, तुम सागर के client हो. तो she's always kept that. So that sanctity has always been there. मैंने जो शेयर किया दिल खोल के सागर आपके साथ किया. मैंने राहत, और राहत भी थी कॉल पे, but I have shared more with you than what I had Rahat. Now with Rahat has been, Rahat gave that, that kick from behind, that Gauravi, do it. How much are you going to lower your worth? How much are you going to lower your worth? So that push Rahat has given. Then the recent interaction was about that. यार 50,000 भी गले से नहीं हो रहा है बोलने को. And she was like, बोल, at least say it and see what happens. And when I said it, I messaged her and I was like, at least it's out. It's out of my system. So that is what she really, really helped me. Otherwise, all of the coaching has been with you, Sagar. So it's never
And
been this. And I mean, the integrity, the two of you have very high integrity and I really respect that. कभी मुझे ऐसे लगा नहीं कि मुझे सिर्फ राहत को पूछना चाहिए या सिर्फ सागर को पूछना चाहिए. दोनों हमेशा equally रहे. So I really respect that. And it's just few
thank you.
instances where it's been with Rahat, that Rahat has कुछ personal message किया. Otherwise, it's always been Sagar and with him.
And Rahat, you would like to share something? I think you got inspired by her action. You would like to share something
Yes,
about?
Gauravi has always been a massive action taker. Whenever generally the one-to-one calls are with me, Sagar, and three of us, and we just give her a list of things to do on a call, and immediately 30 minutes later, she's on it. You see her
Started working
social
on it.
media profiles, she's started working on it already. That's the kind of massive action taker she is. And like Blair always says, learning requires energy, and she actually shows that. He is actually an example of what Blair says. And the energy when she's learning, the energy when she's selling is 110%. Nobody can beat that. And the reason the sales are coming in like that is because she has been displaying that energy every time, starting from her boot camp to the coaching calls. It's just immense. Today, I joined her boot camp to see what she does inside the 5 days. Well, we have never attended. We saw the recordings of her slides once or twice to check what is happening and her sales pitch and all, but we never attended live. So this time I joined her WhatsApp group to see what happens. And she is personally messaging. I told her, yaar, ab to automate kar le. She's personally
Yeah.
messaging everybody, so many participants in her group, and she's
सागर ने
personally
बोला
messaging.
था. सागर ने ही तो
Yes,
बात बोला था.
yes, but now the scale
You
is
need to
when
personally.
we started the scale was not so high for you to uh, find it difficult to message individual person, but now the scale is high. You have at least 8200 participants in your boot camp, so everybody sending message to everybody is difficult.
Everyone we have
Everyone,
sent
and she has
messages.
not even automated that. I was like, automate kar le behan ab to.
I know. थोड़ा पागलपन
Automate this.
चाहिए ना. That's my
Automate
madness.
this.
सागर ने
Automate
बोला
this.
ना, हर एक के साथ एक थोड़ा कनेक्ट बनाओ, हर एक को पर्सनली मैसेज करो. आई हैव टेकन इट वेरी सीरियसली. वो 20
And
हो
actually,
या
that is
200,
why it's working.
वो 20 हो या 200, हर एक को मैसेज तब से कर रही हूँ जब से बोला है तब से.
Yes, that's
Amazing.
the reason it's actually working, and you have inspired me to take actions like that. See, it's not just we teaching you something or we coaching you on the business strategies and stuff. It is what we learn from you also as coaches.
Yes,
It is
this
a
is the power
two-way
of
interaction.
mastermind. Mastermind is not something that only the host can give knowledge always about. Mastermind, here everyone learn, right? Host is just like the what you can say, he just created a playground to play. He has just given that platform to play, right? Rest everything is law. But I get like whenever I talk to all of you, like because you are implementer, and when you implement, you have a different angles of learning, right? And you keep sharing. That's how I learn it. Like I try to say, okay, what if I can also implement? I learned a lot of things from all of you. Yes.
Today I got another insight when I was doing the session, no, and I saw my energy dipped. It dipped like anything during the session itself. And I realized something starts still speaking in my head. Gauravi, no more free. No more free. Your boot camps cannot be. So I remember Rahath had told me, either you increase your उसको दाम बढ़ाओ, उसको बढ़ाओ, या तो आप कुछ तो अलग करो. Something has to be different. And I realized today that I am giving so much energy, and the universe is finally telling me that this 5-day game, Gauravi, no more playing it free. You have to charge whatever, charge 5 rupees, but get people to pay you to do it, because that is how your sales are going to. I don't know, it just came into my this. And then now that we'll be working on landing pages and everything, I am so clear I'm not doing that for free. ये सिड्स वाला 90-minute webinar वो free करूंगी मैं, because वो सिड से सीखा है, वो system works the way he has taught. So whatever I'm doing for 90 minutes, definitely I will not do that. But when I'm doing this from now onward, very strongly the voice spoke from inside that Gauravi, you've given enough for free. Now start charging and get people who are serious about transformation, because people who pay up serious about transformation. And that's how I got serious about my transformation, because I paid.
Yes.
People, when they pay attention. It is so true. So true. And and you know, once you reach that energy, you can't we can't come down. I realize that I'm not playing at the level of energy that I am by giving so much for free. I have to start charging. So that's one.
Gauravi, like many people here, they wanted to learn, like, how do you get a lot of tracking? I remember you messaged me inside the group, and you filled up your webinar limit of 100. It is crossed.
Yeah.
So I think having a 5-7 people, maybe 5-6 months, now having 100+ people. So how do you get leads? I know you run ads as well as organic. So how do you get actually the leads when it comes to your healing sessions, your 5-day challenge? How do you get that?
So I guess all the influence building that we've been doing for, as Sid says, you sow. So you sow now, so it will reap 6 months later. So all the strategies I think that we've worked on slowly, it started working. Sharing my stories on Facebook started working, because that is how the trust started building. A lot of people who, मैंने ad कौन सा किया है, मैंने वो boost post किया है बस अभी तक. बूस्ट पोस्ट ऐड होता है ना, वही किया है, जितना मुझे उतना ही आता है. I can't do those conversion and
so she has not even started
ads.
the conversion or lead ad something.
No,
It's just
no.
वो boost थोड़ा बहुत. How much you spend? Post,
since I think मैं December से मैंने वो journaling का boost post शुरू किया था. I used to pay was like 600 to 800 rupees, 1000 rupees a week or so, like that in all total. So per day maybe 100, 150, 200 rupees. Now this last time I increased it to 400, I think, per day, which I ran for 2 weeks. But it was boost post only, nothing beyond that. And Obi, I don't know whom I have targeted. Facebook only has targeted and done whatever it has done. So it's like chance, completely by chance. I have not really been intentional about it. But I realize that's I'm playing low. I'm not going to do that from now on. So next month, definitely it has to be proper ads and do it in a way, because there is a demand. A lot of people have seen content on Instagram and they have said, I like your content, I want to do the bootcamp. So
yes,
it is everything that works. A lot of who read content on Facebook have come for bootcamps and webinars. So slowly. And also I have a better vision now. I shared this yesterday also, that I definitely have a better vision, since Sagar had said, which car do you want? And I'm like, Volkswagen. If it is there in your head, it will come in your life. वही principle अभी मैं इसमें apply करती हूँ. Conversions I don't focus on. My whole focus right now is, now that I've upgraded to 1,000 participants in Zoom, I want 600 people to come in my WhatsApp group and 300 people should be there on day one. That's I've held in my head. And I keep visualizing Zoom 300 ऐसे दिखेगा, ये participants के ऊपर 300 दिखेगा. So that's what I'm holding in my head. वो जब होगा तब होगा, but I'm holding that. And in my WhatsApp group, I see 600 names. And in my call, I see day one, 300.
Yes. Great.
And
so
on my Excel sheet, on my InstaMojo sheet, 100 sales. I just keep visualizing this. I keep seeing it in my head.
You can do it. I think you had something 33% conversion from 45 people. So like 15 conversion from 45 people, which is 33%, 33.33. So I think how did that happen? What was that secret sauce that you do? Is it, can you just give some tips or things that actually help you to get that level of conversion?
I think the following the system that your mentor says. So when we follow what the mentors have said and you diligently follow the system that you have. In my webinar also, I don't know whether I told you all, no? For my journaling webinar, first time ever I got 8 sales. Life में कभी मेरे journaling webinar में 8 sales नहीं आए थे. And during the pitch, how many people were there that time? I think 35-40 लोग ही थे. Okay. 60 people had come in and then they left बीच में, and 35-40 were there and 8 sales I had gone. So that was webinar. Now this is a longer 5 days where I'm serving them for 5 days. I think doing a longer I remember Sagar only coaching. I asked him, why not webinar? Why should I do challenges and things? And I was very resistant to it. And they were like, kar banao kuch and do it in a 5 day, 7 day, 3 day, whatever format. But do webinar, but try other things also. So if I wouldn't have done that practice of trying 7 days, 5 days with them, I don't think so I would have done what I'm doing right now. And even then they kept supporting that sales jaise aayega, lekin you need to keep experimenting. You need to keep trying and seeing what works in the market. And now I'm so sure, even if I did those same challenges again, no people will come. I'm getting that confidence that though I am doing inner child healing and it's working, because inner child healing also is a new concept. A lot of healers are interested, and even people in general are interested. Unko lagta hai kya hai? So that enthusiasm and that uniqueness is there in the concept, which I don't know, 2-3 years it will become a common thing again for a lot of people. It could be, I don't know, but I'm banking on the newness of the concept. That is one thing there. And at the same time, I feel that everything that we experimented, it will start doing very well. I'll tell you how, because in my journaling course, what I have done, I have divided now recorded content and live content. The way Sagar does, he gives recordings of certain things. ये recorded कर लो और live teaching भी करते हैं. तो वैसे ही मैंने अभी journaling में भी I have made now this batch that I'm doing an experiment with them. So the same things जो challenge में किए थे ना मैंने, now I have created so much content, Sagar. वही मैं combine करके I can keep doing different things. Because so much content got created at that time, in that time when there was no sales, all I did was create content, create one after the other. And now people are seriously doing it. Even the ones that are free, they are like, isme kitna value hai? Now they are the ones I have sown the seeds. Dekhte hain when they will reap in the future. We'll see how it goes. But the confidence has definitely come that, again, I'm not hunting for clients. I'm not looking at कि मुझे इतने सारे लोग आने ही चाहिए. I have a vision. I have a vision, but the vision is to serve. The vision is to follow the system that they have given. That is what has worked. Follow the organic secrets that he talks about. Everything that he says, you make notes, implement it, you will get results. You definitely will. If someone like me, so screwed up in my head, can get results, you are very sane, normal people, you will definitely get better results than me. Definitely, all of you will get.
Great. Okay, Sariva is asking this question is what mindset that you maintain after have earned 5 lakhs?
There's one thing that I think I said yesterday also, no? Or no, I was telling on the one-on-one call that I have this unflinching faith today that the universe will provide for me. that the God that I believe in will take care of all my needs. I do not question the will of the universe. If today, in the middle of the boot camp, when I was talking, my energy dipped and the voice spoke to me and said, Gauravi, bahut ho gaya free, I will listen to it. Because I have surrendered completely to it. I completely surrender to this inner intuition, to this inner voice. Because that's also part of healing. If as a healer, I do not listen to my inner voice, I will never be able to heal others. And that's the whole game. Surrender to your mentor, surrender to the universe. This stupid mind of ours Sagar bolta tha aise karo, main usko bhi question karti thi, only to realize after some minutes I was like, no, don't question Gauravi, don't question, don't use too much of your brains. Follow what he's saying. It's important. Follow what your healer is saying. It's important. Follow what Rahath is saying. It's important. So, and when you truly surrender, you just give in. Because usi mein hamari growth hai. Our growth is not taking everything onto myself. Yes, I am doing this, I am doing that, and allowing your ego to take over. Our growth is in surrendering. And if tomorrow they say, no, ki Gauravi, ye strategy aise karo, even if I have 2 bits of brain to add to it, I know I will not question them. They have said it's time to run ads, Gauravi, it's time to get serious about these things. Rahath ne bola hai na, let's automate. I will automate. I will not question Rahath and say, nahi Rahath, jaise chal raha hai, acha hai. Nahi boss, nahi chalta hai
Yeah,
aise.
surrender is very powerful. Even
surrender.
This is something that have helped me in my growth also. Not just thing is like, whosoever you have a coach, like everyone, if you believe somebody, just surrender to it. Yeah. And
the biggest mistake, Sagar, that I made was I questioned SIDS. I was so angry with SIDS का वो hackathon हुआ था ना. First hackathon मुझे गुस्सा ही आता था. मैंने बोला नहीं जमता यार, क्या बकवास कर रहा है ये आदमी, नहीं हो रहा है. And I kept questioning it. And then the next hackathon I realized, यार क्या बेवकूफ है मैं. उसको ये मेरे से कितना ज्यादा सक्सेसफुल आदमी, इसको क्वेश्चन करके मेरा थोड़ी भला होने का है. Let me surrender. बोल रहा है ना बंदा, surrender, and let's see whether it's working out. And things started working out. And even then, the 2 bits of brain, my own mind is like, nahi yaar, SIDS is right there. SIDS can do it. I can't do it. Because that resistance is going to be there. And our whole game is to keep working with our resistance. And the biggest resistance was money. Because I realized with Vidya coaching that I had the most terrible relationship with money. And working on that relationship with money has been a game changer. And I learned it from my healer, how to do it. And I learned it from Rahath and Sagar also. And they were like, it'll happen. It'll come. It comes. Just believe, keep taking action.
Amazing.
And it's a lot of it together. It's also surrendering that, yes, this is who I am. I am not perfect. है मुझके मेरे अंदर ये condition, और जो है वो है, ये अपंगत्व है मेरा. But I am not ashamed of it. I see it as a gift. And when you start seeing your limitations as gift, that is where we grow.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Like super inspiring, Gauravi, like whatever you mentioned. And this is one of the power. How many of you get like massive value from her energy? How many of you, like sometimes I get a lot of inspiration from her, looking at like what kind of mindset she has built up in these last few months. Yes. So Gauravi, one question is about like there are a lot of people, maybe they are completely not part of TBM community yet. Some people are part of, let's suppose, Gold. They wanted to upgrade to the next level. What do you would like to give suggestions? Because recently I launched Super 20, 15 people onboarded, 5 people there. So normally in Super 20, we give almost this one-to-one, not like every week that we used to do, but every at least 1 month once. Like look into like what kind of things that people are doing mistakes in their sales process, doing their journey. Because I believe online business or further any business, solopreneur is all about the loneliest journey in, that anybody can think of. And in this journey, like you need someone to talk, you need someone to speak. Okay. Yes. And what do you like to suggest them to listen?
See, the greatest game changer is not is feeling that, yes, I have got immense value from these group sessions. This is what we think. I have also been through that same thinking. कि ये group coaching किया ना, ये 30 days किया, I start getting results. And then what happens after you get initial results?
She got within 17 days or 21 days, she made her first sale. मैं दिखाता रहता हूँ, right?
Within the 30 days only.
30 days only,
within the 30 days. Yeah. And we feel कि हाँ, ये initial success मिल गया, ये sustain करेगा. That is the biggest myth we have. The biggest myth we have is we feel that if I have done a small investment, see, how much you give is how much you receive. You give 3,000, you will get. See, though Sagar is giving value of 30,000 and 3 lakhs, you will not receive. The problem is not that he is not giving. The problem is हमारा container ही इतना सा है. If your container is small, that is how much you will receive. But when you pay and when you release massive amounts from your end, from whatever source, what the universe does is increases the container. भाई ले और ले, आने दे, तेरे अंदर बरकत आने दे. So the biggest shift is in your mindset that you require, that yes, I trust this mentor, I trust the universe. If I pay him 10 lakhs, I will definitely get value worth 100 times more than from him. Definitely it is going to happen. And
amazing.
And the belief is not totally you're doing. This belief comes from a completely different level of evolution of your personal self. That you challenge yourself. When I had to pay my husband, my Nanad gave me money. I sold part of my gold. I think necklace or chain or अंगूठी बेच दिए हमने, जिसका मेरा कोई अटैचमेंट नहीं था in the first place. I was like, ठीक है, गया ना, मैं तो वापस खरीदना भी नहीं है मुझे. But selling that gold, selling off a part of our property, what it meant was I bought myself in this whole game. It was not about selling what was already there. It was anyway stagnating in my lockers. But when I gave that amount away, the universe allowed me to receive a bigger portion. So that's how I feel the receiving happened, because there was giving. If we don't give, there is no receiving that can happen. This is something that I can. And
amazing.
And everything is energy. When Sid say,
Yes.
they all say everything is energy. It definitely is. The moment you release your limiting beliefs and your limiting energies, the universe starts filling it with positive and with giving energy. So
Yes.
you just have to allow yourself and take the risk and see what happens. And I would highly recommend, take the risk, take his one-on-one coaching. Not because you don't have money, because you believe, yaar, aayega paisa kidhar se bhi, I will sell off part of myself and I will pay this man. But I will get the money. You have to believe that money comes, it will come to you. Today, when I open my bank account, and I see the amount on it, I am like, and this is what Siddharth told. Gauravi, we don't require that much money. That is how much it starts coming. You'll realize that our expenses are what? At the most 1 lakh, even your business expenses. Pooja Puneet had said the same thing. खर्चा कर करके कितना होगा? 3 लाख तक तुम खर्चा करोगे. तुम एड्स में डालो, इसमें डालो, उसमें डालो. अच्छा, किसी मेंटर को दे दोगे 20, 25, 50 लाख, तो भी वो तो वन टाइम होता है, थोड़ी ना वो हर टाइम आपसे मांगेगा. तो भी how much are you going to spend? At the most 10, 20, 25 lakhs, including everything. And still you are making 1 CR. That means how much is available, how much is possible for us to be available. And now I can see that connection. पहले ना ऐसे लगता था क्या alien concepts बात कर रहे हैं ये लोग. And I still remember one call said, you will not know where 3 lakh rupees is coming from. It will come every day in your life. And I was like, क्या बोल रहे हैं? Every day कैसे आ सकता है? But now when I see that amount in my bank and it increases, I am like, they were speaking the truth. ये सब सच बोलते हैं. ये नहीं झूठ बोल रहे हमसे. It's just that we have resistance and we don't want to believe. They have broken their resistance, and which is exactly why we need to learn from them. So if they have broken their resistances and they are getting 1 CR, 2 CR, and I don't know, 100 CR, they can do it. We can also do it. We just have to start believing in them. Start believing in them. And that's what I told Sagar and Rahath, and I told yesterday also. My bigger aim is to pay Siddharth Rajshekar the highest that he charges. मेरे अंदर अभी वो है कि उस मेंटर ने जिसने मुझे सब कुछ दिया मैं उसको और कितना पे करूं. सागर और राहत को इंडिविजुअली I want to pay them because that is motivating me. You know, even to talk like this here, I'm so tired. I can't tell you actually. पूरे दिन में सुबह 5 बजे से लेके बात ही बात कर रही हूँ. Non-stop sessions I've done throughout the day. लेकिन ये एनर्जी कहाँ से आती है? Where? Because these mentors are constantly giving that energy to us. And the only thing that remains in the mind is, God, how will I give back? यार मेरे को ये इनका कर्जा लेके नहीं जाना है. I want to give it back to them. I want to give it back to them. The only feeling that comes is, how will I give it back to them? And if you know, when you start vibrating like that, who can stop you? You're unstoppable. You really are unstoppable. And challenges will come, setbacks will come, bad days will come, but we are together. I know every time I go through a rough phase, Sagar and Rahath are there. Siddh is there. The entire community is there. We are not alone. And we can do this. We really can do this. Just trust yourself and your mentor a little more.
Amazing, super inspiring. Is it a super inspiring type?
Sorry,
inspiring the chat box.
I get carried away.
Those who are watching in
on.
other part, and also I'll be publishing on those who are watching the replay. You can also comment on maybe YouTube, wherever you are watching. By the way, what I'll be doing is I'll be putting all the details in those who want to get inside to our community or you want to upgrade to the next level. I'm sharing the links once again. Those who want to apply for the next level of those who are here and those who are watching in outside, whether it's a Facebook, YouTube, I'll be putting all the links below in the description so that you can choose based on what your needs.